What is up, y'all? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Young Bucks Outdoors podcast. Today, we are sitting down with Keaton, and he's going to kind of give us a little bit of an introduction on himself and his time as being an outdoorsman and part of the reason he wanted to create this group. So we'll jump right into it, and hope you all enjoy. All right, Mr. Keaton McGuire.
Yes, Mr. Austin Taylor.
So, this episode is going to be basically your introduction for whoever's listening. If people want to know a little bit more about you, because on our social media pages, I don't think any of us have really done like a formal "Hi, this is such, or this is Kendall, or this is Matthew," whatever, right?
Not yet. We're slacking a little bit.
You go look at our timeline; it ain't looking pretty. But anyways. So we'll ask a couple questions that I've gotten here, and then if there's stuff you'd like to add or what have you, we'll just kind of go back and forth a little while, all right?
All right, that works.
All right, well, let's just start off with you introducing who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, I'm Keaton McGuire from Wichita, Kansas. Graduated last year from K-State with my bachelor's in wildlife and outdoor enterprise management with a minor in business. Currently working as a seasonal, that's a position for at the Melbourne wildlife area. So we do a bunch of management on public lands. So anything from wetlands to food plots to native grass, all sorts of stuff. Timber improvement. So kind of bettering the habitat for the wildlife. Gotten into hunting early age, early as I can remember. I have no idea. Always been hunting and fishing, and kind of like my big passion. That's why I picked my degree, and it's where I'm at now for my job, and hopefully keep moving forward. So it's a little bit about me.
Cool. Yeah, you actually kind of touched on a little bit of another question there, but we'll come back to that. So you mentioned you work out at Melbourne. That's with the Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks Tourism, right?
Right. I work for the state, so kind of helping everybody else better the public land for every public land hunter out there to, I guess, make the wildlife populations good and better the habitat for them, so they get better success, I suppose.
Yeah, right on. So you mentioned this was seasonal. Is that like not specifically like with a state agency, but in wildlife management in general? Is that what you'd like to keep doing, or do you want to do something else? Or I mean, even what do you think your realistic plan is, and then maybe do you have like a crazy dream plan?
Okay, so a seasonal position is like the bottom of the totem pole, so you got to start somewhere to move up. But it's a seasonal position because it's 999 hours in a calendar year, which adds up to 6 months, so half a year. Then I could go to like a habitat specialist position or a assistant public land manager, which I applied for, but I didn't have the experience. So that's why I picked the seasonal position, so I can get some experience under my belt and then slowly work up. But where do I want to be? That's a good question. I actually got an email back from from West Virginia. I applied for a wildlife biologist position, and I actually have I would say as a good friend, and I worked for a ranch down South Texas, and the manager, we became pretty good friends, and now he's a wildlife biologist in West Virginia, and he told me about it, so I applied, and they actually reached out to me, and so still going through a process there. Not sure, but kind of just whatever involves the outdoors and bettering the wildlife and the habitat. That's my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know exactly what position that's going to be. So still working that out. But my dream, like all time, if I could do it right now, money's not a problem, whatever. It would be owning like a ranch and taking people out hunting and fishing and show them the outdoors and even bring kids involved into it. So something like that. But that's
Oh.
it's a lot of money and a big goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So almost like a uh, not specifically education thing, but like a kind of an exposure job, I guess. Like I don't think I'm putting that well. Like there's education, which is teaching people about this and that, but it sounds like kind of what you're mentioning is just straight up exposing people to it. Not and maybe education comes with that, but like getting people the chance to go out and try things or something like
Right.
that, right?
So many people who have never been hunting don't even know where to start. So like where do I who's gonna take me? How do I even get a hunter safety license? Like there's nobody not very many people know how to get involved, and that'd be cool just to help them, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, dude, you and Kendall were pretty much the ones that helped me with getting my start in all of it too, if you think about
Yeah, yeah. And then
it.
you
So
just got
I same
your
thing.
first
Like,
buck the other day,
what's up?
and I said you got your first deer the other day. So
Yeah, that's an episode for another day right there. But
there you go. Yeah,
no, but yeah, I mean, I guess to a degree I've seen you do that kind of thing, not just firsthand, but like I've seen you do that with like friends of ours or other people that have been like, I want to go out hunting, and you're like, let's go. So yeah, I can definitely see you getting to that point, I guess. So
yeah. And just this past weekend, a couple days ago, I had a buddy that never been duck hunting, and I just decided to take him out and got his first duck. So it's awesome getting people out there doing something they've never done before.
yeah, well, right on, man. Um, so my next question was, and this one's gonna be tricky for you.
Oh
What
gosh.
out of all like the outdoor activities you do, which you're hunting, you're fishing. I know you love rock climbing. You, I mean, I guess really anything related to the mountains, you're big on that kind of outdoor stuff. But of all the outdoor stuff that you like doing, what is your favorite? Is it hunting, fishing, kayaking, rock climbing? What?
It's not a very fair question to ask, but if I have to pick one, it would. Oh, it's so hard. Um,
It's a good question though, isn't it? Like it makes you think because we kind of just take everything in tandem, but you never take many moments to sit back and think what is like the one key piece of everything I've gotten to do in the outdoors that like that's what I want to do most, you know?
it's probably going to be hunting, just because all that hard work you're putting in, there's that success at the very end, and then you actually get to enjoy it on the table, on a plate, on the grill, whatever you want to do. Share it with friends and family. So I think all that hard work and all that success really pays off. So probably hunting. But that's a hard question. I like the outdoors, so
Yeah. No, I know. That's why I wanted to ask it though, because I wanted to see if you could choose one, but
I I don't think I ever could, but if I had to, it'd be hunting. But
yeah.
then fishing's right there too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hunting for sure, I guess.
um Yeah, and I mean, like you mentioned, putting food on the table kind of thing, which at one time, like, I think that was your evil scheme with you and Kendall pulling me into hunting was get me
Yeah.
excited, get me interested, and then you're like, sweet, now we have somebody that'll go cook it for us.
Yeah, because you are the good cook. So
I mean, I try, man, but and then
I think I stepped up my game a little bit though.
oh, dude, you're impressing me nowadays. Like, I know you used to do hardly any cooking, but now I'm like, damn, look at this guy. He's becoming a little Gordon Ramsay for us.
It's fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, then in terms of cooking the game, which I'm sure we'll do some episodes down the line of just cooking related. Like, what's your favorite thing to eat? What, we'll do that later, but just out of for fun right now, what is, I think, one of your favorite things to make, like that you've learned?
The favorite thing that I've learned, well, I've always liked dove poppers. It's always right at the very beginning of hunting season, dove
Oh yeah.
season. Dove season's there. And so when you get your 15 in a day, you get home and get the breast out, throw them in a half of a jalapeno, cream cheese wrapped in bacon, throw it on the grill.
Mm,
It's by far the favorite.
hmm.
Just because you're getting in the hunting season, then is when you're throwing the dove on the grill.
Yeah. So you've actually, like, prior to kind of learning how to do it, did you, when you got dove in the past, did you ever just kind of like cook it, or did you do dove poppers or something along that line? Or is that something more recent you've like really kind of learned and got good with?
Probably the first dove, I probably threw it just right on a skillet just to try it.
Hmm.
But then the internet, it tells you all sorts of goodies. So I think I looked it up on the internet, and I've done it the same way ever since.
Yeah. Well, you need to try Dove Heart. Actually, you guys did try Dove Heart, did you?
I never did.
You know, I thought Kendall might have said it, but yeah, I mean, you guys freaking suckered me into trying a Dove Heart, which that
We
sucker
we
went straight
we
in the
said,
mouth.
yeah, we said we did it, but we never did it.
Yeah, you guys are a bunch of a-holes. That's what you
I
are. But ooh, I guess in relation to hearts, because I just recently got to try deer heart, which
Yeah.
was awesome. Have you ever made, like, have you ever taken any organs of things you've harvested and eaten those?
I have not. The closest thing is helping an old farmer out with cutting the balls off some testicles of some calves. That's about it. But
Yeah.
those are
Then
good.
you
Good
guys
old
fried
calf
those up
fries.
afterwards?
Yeah, good old calf fries.
Yeah.
Mountain oysters.
I still have not tried. No, wait, that's not true. I think me and Matthew, one time, the little restaurant up in El Dorado, didn't they serve some? And me and Matthew tried.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I did try it. Yeah, I was about to say no,
There
I
you
haven't tried
go.
those yet, but
I think
uh,
they're pretty tasty.
yeah. All right. So to shift course a little bit here, uh, in the grand scheme of things, you were one of the first guys to really come up with the idea of YBO, Young Bucks Outdoors. What Why did you want to create this group? Like, I mean, obviously the five of us have already been hunting, fishing for years together, but why did you specifically want to create a group on social media and push our presence out there and do stuff like that?
I guess like the reason why I wanted to start the Young Bucks Outdoors was just for the hell of it, just for fun. Um, we all posted in our own personal accounts, but if we got together and actually made a group out of it and then share our stories that way, I think it was just for fun and just so everybody else sees the experience that we're kind of getting, and maybe have somebody say, "Hey, I want to try that."
Yeah.
Then get them on that way. But it's mostly just for fun, and now it's kind of starting to grow. It's pretty
Mhm.
neat.
And so that actually carries right into my next question. What are your hopes for the group, or I guess not even specifically the group as in like each of the individuals, but like the group, YBO, Young Bucks Outdoors? Are you wanting it to blow up into something that kind of falls into what you were mentioning earlier of the whole, you want to expose people to this and help people get started with it? Or do you want it to just kind of stay in the realm of like for fun, for us to be like, look at what we've done, as outdoorsmen?
I see it both ways. I see it for fun and for getting people involved in it. I think it'd be cool to see other young bucks out there and sharing their stories with us, like because we have a blog on the website, so like they could share their stories, and just for everybody to experience the outdoors and kind of share their experiences and their memories and be a young buck like us.
Okay.
So that's pretty much where I kind of want it to go.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And for my last question for this episode, we'll kind of end it on a nice little high note here. As an outdoorsman, with all the experiences you've had, whether it has been hunting, fishing, rock climbing, kayaking, hiking, whatever related to the outdoors, what would you say is probably one of your best memories? And it doesn't have to be like the favorite memory. Like, I'm hoping we can come back to this later on, but what is a nice high point memory that you've had from your time in the outdoors?
Man, there's a lot of great memories I can remember, but the highest point, probably, probably the very first time I ever really been hunting. And that was with my grandparents way back when. We went to Coldwater, Kansas, just to shoot prairie dogs, just to help the farmer out because all these prairie dog holes and those little towns cause them cattle to break their legs and whatnot, and kind of bad. So that was like the really first time I ever been getting involved into that. So that kind of like got me hooked from there. So that's, I guess, it's a starting point, and it's also the high point,
Yeah.
if
Well,
that makes sense. So.
oh no, yeah, that's perfect, man. All right. Well, being that this is the intro episode, is there anything else you'd like to share or you'd like to tell folks about yourself, or, is there anything else just in general you'd like to?
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Check out the website. Give us some love. Tell us what you guys think, and give us some feedback back. So it'd be nice to hear your guys' feedback and let us know what we should do different or what we should do more. So
Nice little self promotion there, right now.
yeah, you got to.
Follow Keaton at Instagram at McGuire22, Facebook.
There we go.
Oh man.
Yeah,
But all
that
right,
was
but
fun.
well, I'm glad we got to do this, and I'm excited for people to hear about you a little bit more, and then we'll be back with you soon. All right.
All right, stay tuned.
See you, buddy.
See you later.
All right.